Today we have my big friend Juan Rodrigues,
Oh yeah.
aka Roach. What's up,
Good,
Roach?
good to be here.
Like, I shake his hand like 10 times already, but you know, we just do this for the video.
For the show.
For who don't know Roach, he's my good friend. He trained with us, and that was me and Leandro since
2010.
2010.
2010. 11
2010.
years now.
2010. He's a war veteran.
War veteran.
Army, right?
Marine Corps. No.
It's no Army?
No. Army, no. You know what Army stands for though, right?
No.
Ain't a real Marine yet. Maybe one day.
So he trained with us, and then he stopped for a little bit because he was being a little girl. But now he's back. And then I said, Roach, let's talk a little bit.
Let's talk. Let's address some issues.
About what he did in there. Iraq?
Iraq. Yep. As a Marine infantry, 2 tours. Initial invasion 03. Then took about 2 months off, and then went right back in. Volunteered to go back with a different unit.
How does work when you go? When you sign up for Marines. Okay, I go there. Oh, one thing you don't know, like I try to sign for Army or Marines or Navy when I get here, because that's one way for you get the green card.
It's easy, yeah, but it's a lot easier during times of war, obviously, because they need the bodies. During times of peace, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging.
And then they tell me because I was old already, I was 30, 31, 32. They said like, oh, gonna be hard for you.
It can be. I want to say, I don't know if things have changed since I've gotten out, but back in my time, 35 was a cutoff, but you could get a waiver. Like basically them saying that you kind of meet the standards even though you may be a little older. But yeah, man, it's funny. In my platoon, we had a guy who was born in China and a guy that was born in Mexico, and they joined the Marine Corps. They ended up together. One was the machine gunner, and the other guy was the assistant. And we used to call them the international team. Yeah. No, yeah.
Like a Mexican and freaking
a Chinese guy. And
Chinito, like.
And it was super funny because when we would talk to them in English, either one of them, it was very hard to have conversations with them because their accent was so thick. But when they would talk to each other, they understood each other perfectly. It was like the best thing ever.
Go down.
Yeah, all the time.
Break the trigger.
And yeah,
Sorry
man.
for.
Yeah, now they're both citizens though. Yeah, after we came back from Iraq and they got out of the Marine Corps, it helped expedite their paperwork for sure. They're still here, yeah.
Why you went to?
Why?
Why?
Because I chose to be an infantryman right off the bat. You know, when I signed up to be infantry, I never thought I'd see combat, but I was always told infantry was the cool job, right? You get to go shoot stuff, blow stuff up, and you do the most travel. And yeah, I traveled a lot. You know, I got to.
On your first tour, where you went? First tour.
First time I ever deployed anywhere for training. Got to see Japan, and then that's a mandatory though. As a Marine, everybody has to go and spend time over there.
In Japan?
In Japan.
Why?
Yeah. That's just the way it's set up. To be honest with you, ever since the World War II, a Marine Corps unit was actually in Japan, and I forget the name of the unit, but they were defeated. The Japanese beat them, and the Marine Corps, as a punishment to that unit, they made a permanent base in Japan, saying this unit is now stationed here forever. So that was like the Marine Corps' way of kind of teaching them a lesson for losing, right? And that's the reason why to this day Japan, the Marines have a base in Japan.
So if you become a Marine, anybody, you have to go to Japan.
You will. You will
spend
spend a minimum of 6 months to a year in Japan.
But this count like a
part of your contract that you're in. Your 4 years.
When you went, like you go the first.
I was about a year in, so you know, boot camp 3 months, school 2 months, and then I was in my unit for about 6 months, and then the unit deployed, and we were in Japan for 6, and then came back. We come back to Camp Pendleton, yeah, And I mean, my whole time I was in Camp Pendleton, minus the time that I deployed there, and we went to Iraq. I also volunteered for Gitmo back when Gitmo was in place over there in Cuba. So we were doing security. Gitmo in Guantanamo Bay. So I volunteered. I did security there for 6 months, and then it's called Unitas. So that is we did a lot of training with South American countries. So like Chile, Peru, Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Brazil have soldiers?
No.
No. He said no. Mother, of course, Brazil have soldiers.
It was good. We went everywhere. It was fun, right? Like the reason I volunteered because I was like, oh, South America. I was like, oh, Spanish speaking. You know, I'm Mexican. I'm fluent. Let's go visit these Spanish speaking countries and have some fun. And it really was. You know, the only thing that sucked is come November, December at the end, the ship pulled into Brazil and Rio de Janeiro, and that's where we had the Marine Corps ball, and all the senior people got to go visit Brazil. So I got to see Brazil from the ship. I never left the ship.
When you deploy, you go for Japan. You always get off the ship. You can go in the sea. You can go like everywhere. Almost everywhere. Like.
No, once you're there, it's like being in a base here in, say, like Camp Pendleton in Oceanside, right by San Diego. Like, you know, you do your job, and then at the end of the day, you get to go and leave and be a tourist.
It's a little bit different, but you know, like we have the base here.
Los Alamitos,
the
same thing.
How called that? That's not.
It's an army base.
It's not army.
They're army.
Yeah.
Yeah, National Guard.
National Guard is part of the army?
National, yeah. But it's also a lot of full-time active duty, like a lot of pilots. That's why you always see helicopters flying. It's a big airfield. Yeah,
so
but...
it's pretty much like that.
Yeah.
Even if the guy come from other country, they go here, come
Yeah, you get to go and be a tourist. Go have some fun and go see what's out there, you know? Go get a...
Why didn't one go out on Brazil?
I didn't. That's different. Once you're on a ship, a lot of the times, to prevent the young Marines from getting into trouble, they keep them on the ship. Sometimes we like to have a little fun, you know. You drink a little too much funny juice, you do funny stuff, you know.
So have a reason for not.
Yeah, it's a matter of it's a matter of protecting them, you know, and protecting ourselves.
In your first tour, you went to the war.
Yeah.
In both tours?
Both. Second tour was a little different.
Which one was harder?
The first one, because you don't know what to expect, right? I mean, the war was hyped up that we're going up against a tough enemy and whatnot. So you don't really know what to expect, you know? You're going in blind. Second tour, we were already established.
You went to the same spot?
Pretty much. More towards Fallujah and all that. Fallujah's a whole different story. That's a whole nother day. But yeah, the initial invasion was probably the toughest because no one knew what we were getting ourselves into. And
what do you mean? Like,
so, you know, you're going into a fight and not knowing the true capabilities of your enemy, you know. That's the tough part. You train all the time, you prepare, but once you're in the fight's totally different, you know. You know, it's just like, say, like MMA. You know, you can do all the weight training and conditioning and sparring and everything, but sparring is different from fighting.
Yeah.
You know.
I know like this because like when I did my MMA fight was like the last one, like train, or when you get there nothing worked.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's the thing. You know?
It's nice, but it's crazy. You know, like training. Like when you go to MMA, the guy wanna kill you, wanna hurt you. It's not like jiu-jitsu, okay. Even competition, when you go, you get a little nervous. But go there, tap.
That's it.
They stop.
Yeah, you shake
MMA, you wanna like.
You're trying to kill the guy.
You wanna hurt him. I remember like in my last MMA fight in Utah, you start the fight, hands up, boom, touch the gloves, the guy go like, boom, straight my nose, blood, right? Man, right away. And then I get that thing like, mother effer, gonna kill him. And then I throw one kick in his head, but just to keep the distance. And I almost knock him out. If I throw the kick like the way it should be, hard, I knock him out.
Yeah.
And then I put him down, get his back. Next day was my elbow was like all bruised, hurt. I said, man, what I did with my elbow? Because it was his back, elbow. On the back, like on the ear, elbow like. And I tried to submit, I can't. And then go second round. I was like, man, I tried to go to tap slice. The guy so flexible, he didn't tap. He was like sideways here, just boom,
punching
like
it.
boom. Like, But I went to, was like 40 seconds to the end. So I survived in the second round. When I get his back, I put down, take his back. I start choking him. And the referee tried to separate. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna kill him. I swear to Lord, I said, like, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him right now. I'm gonna like, done.
Man, the first person that ever kind of opened my eyes to the whole thing of jiu-jitsu and military kind of going hand in hand is a black belt.
That's Kevin.
No, we'll talk about Kevin later. Pete Wilhelm. He's a black belt under Renato Tavares. He's out in Oklahoma.
Oh, Pete.
Pete.
Yeah. But I don't know him.
Shout out to Pete, man. Hey, if you're watching or if any of your students are watching, I hope this gets to you, man. But yeah, man. Pete was started off as an infantry machine gunner, became a drill instructor. Then afterwards, he became a reconnaissance. I mean, he kind of had a little bit of it all, and he served in combat. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's the first one that kind of opened my eyes to it.
I saw him compete sometimes, huh?
Yeah, he competes a lot. He's good, man. He even did MMA for a while, but I think now he's.
I didn't know that.
Age catches up to us, and we got to start respecting the back a little bit more than before, But yeah, man, he's the one that's like, you know what? I think the big reason as to why it happens is that. Who's that? Galaxy.
Thank you, Jose. Jose just got here. I was like, man, I got the pack now, like doing the
pockets is the biggest bicep ever, man.
And then I said, man, I cannot hold it, because coming the address I never knew, like Washington Boulevard. I said, what's that? Let me see what it is. I was scared to open someone fooling me. But it's pocket. Remember in his podcast, he promised one jersey. So it's right here. LA Galaxy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Josezito. Really appreciate it. Man, like now I'm happy. Say, oh, you don't have it.
Pockets, man, that guy.
So Pierre, he competed in the...
Yeah, he competes.
MMA?
He did MMA for a while, man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he fought MMA, and he's done. I don't think he's been competing lately. I know he was working on his health because he was having some back problems, but yeah, man. I mean, he's somebody that I met through my time when I was working at Shoiro. But they say, man, certain people cross your paths for a reason. He's one of those individuals that I met through there, and man, I hold him dearly in my heart. I still talk to him to this day, And one of the things that he told me was like the reason veterans or even active duty military people, the reason they gravitate to jiu-jitsu so much is the structure of jiu-jitsu, right? The hierarchy, there's a uniform, right? Military has a uniform. There's rank. Jiu-jitsu has rank, and then there's a brotherhood or sisterhood, depending on, if you're male or female. And I think it's important. I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I've stuck to jiu-jitsu so much and depend on jiu-jitsu so much.
It's crazy. I tell people all the time, like, jiu-jitsu is not just a martial arts.
No.
Jiu-jitsu is different. Jiu-jitsu is a lifestyle. It's like,
It'll
you start
change.
training jiu-jitsu after a while, after like, of course, no, a week. Some people after a week, they start like, man, have like the good example here. He like, one time I say, hey, you got a new gi, huh? One more. Oh yeah, get a new gi, but like, just because I don't have to wash. I say, oh, you have addicted, huh? Getting addicted for jiu-jitsu. It's different. Like then you start like talking jiu-jitsu, and he like, no, I'm not addicted. I'm not addicted. And then he tell him like his wife say, hey, can you please turn it off your phone middle of the night? And who the freak is Bochecha? And I say, oh, so you get addicted, huh? You get addicted. But yeah.
Look, bro, paisa. Who's Salty Fish? Is that Dorian?
Yeah.
Salty
Big Dorian. BFD.
Yeah, man. Jiu-jitsu is totally, man, when I got out of the Marine Corps and when I first got out and I had just gotten married and I was like, man, well, I need a hobby. I need to do something.
You get married, you get married after?
After, yeah, I met my wife after I got out of the military. There's no way I could have had a relationship being in the military. Between the traveling and just being a knucklehead with my friends, there's no way I would have been able to handle a healthy, respectful relationship.
You come with, after 6 months deployment, like,
come back.
Oh, I'm pregnant, 3 months, congrats, babe.
Hey,
I'm pregnant.
You make a joke, but I have a few friends that happened to.
And they still
we be gone for a year and the wife is barely 9 months pregnant or 7 months pregnant. It's like, do the math, you know? It's a trip. It's a trip, man.
Let's try softly, Roach.
Tread softly. Don't talk trash.
Oh.
Tread softly.
Sorry, Val, my English is still like, what kind of stuff thing?
What kind of stuff? Man, too bad João and Leandro are not on this. That'd be great. That guy.
Man, we got good times there, that gym.
That was a very interesting time at Fight Zone, for sure. It was a good 10 months.
10 months.
10 months.
I remember when I met you. We was at the barbecue there.
Yep. Yeah, it was the team barbecue.
The team barbecue, and then I have the board, you know, the balance board, boom, and Pancho's shades, remember?
Yeah.
Like sunglasses, like, oh, brand new. Barbara get here like 1 week before. Bro, you just get it, man. Sorry. And Pancho just like Pancho, I don't care. Don't worry. Say, Pancho, I got a new one. Lily was like, I don't know.
Not even a year.
She's like a baby. She's barely walking.
Yep. She was like 9-10 months, man, around the time we met her. Now she's going to be 12 next week.
Yeah, my friend.
It's crazy. Time flies, man.
In about 4 years, she's going to break your heart.
I hope not, but I can't stop it. You know? Who's over here? Let's see. No one's... Oh, okay. Look at Glenn. Man, Glenn, I still can't believe how old you are, my friend. That's a shock.
Asian, my friend. Come on. Asians don't age. Asians don't age.
So crazy.
What about the Iraq Roach? Things happen there. Jiu-Jitsu help with this? Because I see a lot of people have PTSD, right? What they call it?
PTSD. I suffer from PTSD, and it would be a lie to say that Jiu-Jitsu has not helped me. For a long time, I tried to self-treat, you know, self-medicate, if you will, with drinking and other things to try to help cope with the issues. And Jiu-Jitsu, man, when I started training, and this is the whole thing about how Jiu-Jitsu changes your life, right? And how it becomes addicting or whatnot. For some people it's different, but like for me, my first 1.5, 2 years of Jiu-Jitsu was super crazy because I quit drinking. I gave up drinking for over 1.5 years because of Jiu-Jitsu. Because I was all in. I was so committed.
It's crazy. Like, I never was like, have drinking problems, nothing, but I drink. Back in the days, way more than I drink today. Today I drink like maybe once, twice a year. But I got the Jiu-Jitsu and I start competing. I stopped drinking. Then people like, and I become a Christian. I born again Christian about the same time. And then people, oh, you stop drinking because you become a Christian? I said, no, I stopped drinking because if I drink 1 beer today and I compete at the Pan Am's, going to be in September. Go Pan Am, September, I drink the beer today and lost Pan Am's, I'm going to blame on the freaking beer.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no, come on, it's 6 months later. I don't care. Like, so just to have everything on me, I said, I quit. Yeah. And I quit I wasn't smoking, you know, I was smoking cigarettes.
Same here.
For 13 years. when I quit smoke cigarettes, I smoke 2 packs of Marlboro Red a day.
That's crazy.
40 cigarettes a day. The best thing happened in my life, besides born again Christian, was Jiu-Jitsu.
Man.
Was like, man, the best thing.
I know it's corny and everything, but it's a big saying in Jiu-Jitsu, right? Like people say, oh man, Jiu-Jitsu changed my life, or Jiu-Jitsu saved my life.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, man, it's true. For me, I think if it wasn't for Jiu-Jitsu and my wife, for sure, I'd probably be dead or in prison. Hands down. You know, not because I was doing illegal or being a criminal or anything, but just the lifestyle, the path that I was living. Sooner or later, I was gonna make a mistake, whether it be drinking or driving, and either kill myself or kill someone else. You know,
Damn.
like that's the truth, right? I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. Jiu-Jitsu changed a lot of things in my life, man, for the better.
So like a lot of students that come like say like, coach, like if I'm not training, and some students I know the background, I say yeah, like,
you know,
it's in Brazil too.
Because jiu-jitsu makes you analyze yourself, man. Like when you're training, it's not like say like basketball, right, or football or baseball or any of these other sports where you know you're good at something and you can consistently dominate somebody with that. Here in jiu-jitsu, everybody's got their kryptonite. Sooner or later, you're gonna come across that one individual or individuals that not even your best stuff doesn't work against.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make you accept the fact that you have a weakness or weaknesses, and you've got to strengthen those up, or you got to correct certain features, and that transfers over to outside of jiu-jitsu in your life. You know, you start thinking is like, well, you know, I'm really good at this, but I'm horrible over here. I have to change that aspect of my life. Like for me, when I was a Marine, like, and military, anybody in the military will tell you that we're functioning alcoholics. I mean, when I was a Marine, me and my buddies would go out and party and drink till like 2 a.m. I'm talking about just get shit-faced. We get back 2:30, and by 5 a.m. we're running 5 miles. Because it's either you run and you better puke and run, or you're going to be in trouble. So you learn to function with drinking, you learn to function with partying and bad diet. Not to say that there isn't Marines or military members out there that don't drink or that eat healthy and work out. But like I use myself as an example, and man, you told me to go run and go do push-ups, I would go do it. But at the end of the day, when it's like, who wants to go to the gym? I'm not going to the gym. I'm not going to lift weights. I'm not going to go run. No way. I already ran. Screw that. No way. I was like the bare minimum guy when it came to exercise. I hated exercise.
You play sports, right? When you was young?
I competitive sports since I was 5, man. And that's why it's like, no way. After the Marine Corps and everything, it's like even like now, I hate warm-ups, but I got to do them. Especially now that I'm older, I got to warm up. You know, these young kids, man, they're coming for the neck. You got to be ready.
Yeah, they come.
You got to be ready.
And the crazy thing about Jiu-Jitsu too, like, we have here, of course, I'm not gonna throw my student out of the bus, but I have here, like, people say, like, it's crazy, huh, coach? I say, what? Yeah, look, I train now, the cops are my friends here.
Yeah.
I say, what? Yeah. I say, yeah, because, I did some trouble, and now we train here. There are cops and they're my friends. I say, yeah.
Man.
And that's like the match is the equalizer. Equalizer?
Equalizer, yeah.
Equalizer. Like, doesn't matter if you're white, blue, black.
No, man, it's a melting
If you
pot.
have if you drive a Lamborghini, or if you push a grocery cart, like,
Look at Joshua. The little Pinoy boy.
What's Pinoy boy?
Pinoy boy. Little Filipino. Pinoy's Filipinos, like what they call Filipinos. That's what they call themselves.
Oh.
Pinoy. Josh, man, I miss training with Josh. Josh was one of those guys that always pushed me, man.
Josh always say he come to train here, but he never come. Like,
they don't let them. They get spanked.
Oh yeah, they don't let them.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. It's like, if you really think about it, like being a Marine, you develop this rivalry with other military branches. right? Like, oh, the Marines are better than this, the Navy's better than that, the Air Force, so on and so forth. But then I come here and I'm surrounded by a lot of active duty and veterans.
Yeah.
You know, and some of the guys that I kind of joke around with the most are the guys that are like Army, Navy, Air Force, or even Space Force with one of the guys that's here. You know, Lewis, he's Space Force.
It's not Space Force is part of what?
It's their own entity now, but they basically broke off from the Air Force.
Oh, okay. I said like because Louis is Air Force.
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing, and like the whole with the whole law enforcement thing. I remember same thing, right? I'm one of those guys like growing up. I grew up in the ghetto, right? Growing up in Compton and all that stuff, and
with your with your neighbors singing in the morning.
Neighbors singing in the morning, right? Remember that?
Early in the morning, smoking weed.
And you know, I mean, it just comes with the territory at times. You know, unfortunately, sometimes, especially back then, you know, growing up in Compton during the '80s, man, that was a crack era, and the cops they used to roll hard, man. But they would kind of get on everybody because they were trying to keep the streets safe. And, you know, you kind of get bullied a little sometimes or picked on. And it's like, I remember when I first started training and I would find out, oh, so-and-so is LAPD, so-and-so sheriff.
You tried to
and I would try to beat them up. I would try to beat them up on the mat, right?
You try to like start the Brown Lives Matter? No.
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, we're poor brown people. Brown Lives Matter.
Yeah, man. Like
now you beat them up here, huh?
Now I try to beat them up here, right? Because it's funny, at the old gym I used to train at, there was a guy, and he's all like, any chance I get to roll against a police officer, I'm gonna kick their ass. Ooh. And it rubbed Justin. And it rubbed off on me, man. I kind of gave into that peer pressure mentality, and I was like, yeah, let's do that. And then we would. I would do it, you know, like I would, anytime I rode with a police officer or law enforcement, it was like kind of like a little retribution for me for the times I got harassed as a teenager, you know? And it's funny, you know, fast forward now, you know, granted, I'm 40 now, a little bit more mature. Still not completely mature, but I'm a little bit more mature.
I can tell.
And yeah, like it's a trip, man. Like now it's like, those are the guys I kind of like hang out with, like little Vince, right? He's a police officer in the making. Sooner or later, he's gonna come back and probably profile me here. It's a good time. Look at Josh. What's Josh saying? I'm always eating. Come on, Josh. Josh, you're like 30 minutes in the sun from being part of BLM, my bro.
Bro, talk about when we train fight zone.
Fight zone days, man. Those were the good old days, man.
We have love and hate there. Like
love it, man. I honestly think, and I think jiu-jitsu becomes more interesting as you become a higher belt because you become more proficient at moves. But the funnest time that I've ever had training was as a white belt because I didn't know shit. So it's like you're just reacting. Everything's just a reaction of just either your athleticism or lack of athleticism or just trying to be the tough guy.
Man, remember Sonny,
Army Ranger, 120 pounds.
In the good day and the heavy day, like
and he was a monster.
Man, when we start training condition him, holy moly, no, man, he was crazy.
That's the guy that helped me. It's funny, man, that you bring up Sonny. I remember I had competed like in 2 or 3 tournaments, and I was having issues with my conditioning. Right? I would always gas out after like 2 fights, 3 fights, or matches. Sorry, not fights, matches. And I remember Sonny goes, "Man, you give me 30 days, I'll make you a winner." And I was like, "Man, shut the hell up, right? Like, what are you talking
about?
Little
man, shut up, little man."
And he basically, he got me and 2 other guys, Cuco and Henry.
Cuco's funny too.
To go do like CrossFit with him. And I shit you not, man. Like not even 30 days later, there was a tournament in Vegas, and we went, and I won. Like I didn't gas out. Like I dominated all my matches pretty good. And I won, and it was like, what the heck? This guy was right.
No, Sonny, when we train, he said, what the heck?
That's that officer mentality, though, man. He was an
remember,
intelligent individual.
I say, Sonny, what are you doing there? Like, what's your job? He said, I cannot tell you.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you. I always like, I cannot tell. I remember he's like, oh, I cannot tell you.
He would always, as far as he ever went, and then not even him, somebody at the gym told me he was an Army Ranger, because he would never say he was an Army Ranger. I knew he was an officer, right? And I remember one time for it was like UFC fights, and he invited us over to his house. He hosted, and he had his medals displayed in a frame off to the side, and he got a bronze star with a V for valor. I never asked. Basically, he did something pretty heroic. Like he did some pretty gangster shit, to get that medal.
Because the highest one,
Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor, right?
Yeah, you don't want a Medal of Honor. 99% of the time, you're dead.
You're dead, yeah.
Yeah. But kudos to those gentlemen and even females that have gotten that sacrificed. Mad respect for them. Yeah, man. But Sonny, I remember I saw that and I didn't say anything because obviously everybody was there and everybody saw it, but no one knows. I knew, being a veteran, what that medal represents. And I never bothered to ask him. I just like, how come you never told me that you had a bronze star? He goes, I don't know. I just don't care about it. And that was it. And that was our conversation.
If you see that, that's the mentality. Like,
and that was the conversation about that. And that was it, And I remember about 2 months after we left the fight zone, he deployed. Yeah, he deployed again, and he didn't tell me where he was going. He just said he couldn't tell me where he was going. And I haven't seen him since, but we still talk. We still talk we still talk once in a while through Facebook, Social media is beautiful, man. It keeps you in touch with a lot of people.
It's just, man, like Sonny, I remember that time, like, man, we have some good people.
And some bad people.
But
I'm glad we had those bad people. Those bad people made Leandro leave. And we found he started Condi Coma. I was fortunate in there, and then
Luis asked you something.
How you feel about the new Space Force? Go Guardians. Someone's got to protect the satellites. I got to have my DirecTV,
Why, Luis? Did you protect the satellites now? That's the.
They're like the bodyguards for SpaceX. For all the spaceships to make it up there.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just talking trash. I don't know. I don't even know what Space Force does. Maybe he can tell us. It's probably like Star Wars and Star Trek combined. Who knows?
But yeah, like there was a good times and bad times. Fight zone. I remember when the guy there kicked Leandro's out. Leandro was a partner.
Yeah,
and he go and tell Leandro, oh, but don't have your name in anything because he doesn't have a visa at that time. And the guy on him. I say, wow.
Yeah, man.
And the funniest thing, like he called me, he texted me like through the Facebook in Brazil, and he didn't say nothing about Leandro. He just said, oh yeah, André Galvão said a lot of good things about you, that you're great, that you're that, that you this and you that. And then like, oh, you want to stay with us? And then, but I talked with Leandro before. I said, I'm gonna talk with Leandro, but I thought already. I talked with Leandro, said, yeah, I'm gonna talk with Leandro and back to you. He never texts anymore.
Yeah.
Funny thing happened at the awards one time. He go to me. Yeah, Ronnie knows who's that guy.
Yeah, Ronnie knows.
And he goes to me and like, that's the thing I don't understand till today. Some people, they mess with you, they F you up, and then like they come to you like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, they
And then like Leandro was with me that day at the awards. He go like, hey, what's up? Go to him like this. I said like, I'm not gonna shake her hand. Leandro go like, oh, why you like that? Why you like? I say, mother effer, he don't did even anything with me. He did with you. But I forgive him. You can go forgive whatever you want. I'm not like.
I still remember I went to help Leandro get all his stuff from the gym because I had it. Obviously, you know, the perks of owning a truck. When you have a truck, everybody always asks you to help them move.
You know, like that's the reason I don't buy a truck, right? That's one of the reasons, because I know Brazilians. If you have a truck,
that's it.
Everything like they're gonna ask you, like, oh, I said no. I went to see a truck. I went to check on trucks. And no, I can't. Yeah,
man, I remember. I still remember going to get all that stuff to leave and leaving, and just like we're getting ready to leave, and he comes out and tells Leandro, is like, hey, you forgot this. And he goes, oh, what? I'll fight you for it. Like jokingly, right? He's like joking around. Like to him, it was still a joke. I was like, man, this isn't a joke. Like this is like someone's life.
It's crazy.
Someone's money. And I remember leaving, and Leandro was in the car with, not in the car, but when was it? Because he left all that stuff at my house at the time. And I was like, Leandro, why don't you let me punch him? I remember asking Leandro for permission to punch him, and Leandro's like, no, leave him alone. And that guy can count as blessings for sure that Leandro told me no, because him and I had our own problems. So when
I remember the guy who trained with him,
when he pissed off Leandro and ruined the good situation, if you will, I took it personally, you know.
And that's my problem too. I always like, how can I say that? I can forgive people to mess up with me, but I cannot forgive people that mess up with my friends.
Man,
I have a problem with.
That's the good thing and the bad thing of being the protector, right? Being a good friend is
like, man,
your best friend or your friend's drama is your drama, and you're gonna have to.
It's help crazy, out. Like, man, like with Pancho happened. With Pancho
Bebado.
and and the guy who fight with him, who argued with him, and that never did anything to me.
Yeah.
Never. And I don't talk with the guy till today.
I believe, yeah.
He's like bad. Now I start like, hey, what's up when I go there, but like I don't talk with the guy for years. Don't even look in his face.
That's the thing, man. Jiu-jitsu is very cliquish. You know, it's like a family, you know, like no one messes with your family.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's, man, if all you guys out there that are watching this, if you guys got friends that have a little free time and are looking to have some fun and some personal growth, bring them to the jiu-jitsu gym.
Jiu-jitsu, man,
the only thing they're going to lose is an hour and a half of their time when they come for the first time and don't like it, and then they can leave. But that one time that they come can change their life and your life forever.
And I tell people like, what are you doing today? Oh, nothing. What about in like about 8 to 10 years, that the time you need to take the black belt, you'll be a black belt. If you do nothing, in 8-10 years, you're gonna be a fat guy, probably like do nothing. It's still, if you train, probably gonna get in a little bit shape, and 8-10 years, you're gonna be a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Man.
So gonna be respected, most of them, because have some people, you know, like come on. If
some people get slapped, you know.
If you yeah, and then they still be respected because he like. But some people don't even train their students.
Yeah.
Some black belts there. Oh, if you're a black belt out there and you don't train your students, yeah, I talk to you. And guess what? The gym's right here where we are right now. Check Medbuena Park. Just come and visit us. I don't like, you know, because this like is the worst thing ever. You don't train your students like you're. To me, in my eyes, you're just a freaking fake black belt. But this like they cut this like very easy in jiu-jitsu too. It's easy to see, easy.
Oh yeah.
You go there like the guy was talking, Fight Zone.
Yeah, man. That was a good time though, man. Back then, it was so crazy because that gym was new and everybody was a white belt. Everybody was a white belt. We had one blue belt. I think the guy's name was. I can't remember. I think his real name is Chris, but we called him Horse. His nickname was Horse.
I remember.
He was a blue belt at the time.
Ron, I remember, yeah.
And then we had Justin McDermott, who was a purple belt. And that was it, man. Other than that, it was like 40 brand new white belts. So it was like Lord of the Flies, you know? Every man for himself.
And the
type of, you know,
the nice
fighting
thing
for the top.
Was like the guy, the owner of the gym,
Yeah.
the Leandro's partner, he has so much knowledge on the techniques because he's like a freak internet guy, studying everything, all the positions. But when get on the mat, say, come, like I tell the students here, say, look, the mat's like, okay, here you cannot lie.
No.
You cannot lie.
The mat will expose you.
You can show any position. You can do a 10 hours instructional. But when you get the mat, they cannot lie. I say, okay, step on the mat, let's go. I say, man, like it's ridiculous.
Reading a book and watching videos is very different from executing it on the mat. Learning the timing, learning the positioning, the grip placement, all that stuff. Man, jiu-jitsu don't lie. Jiu-jitsu will expose you. You can talk a good game. You can talk a lot of trash.
I remember remember the fat stupid there?
Oh yeah. My best friend.
Your best friend, the fat stupid coming like and talking crap to Leandro one time.
Yeah.
I think he was there. He talked crap to Leandro, and then I thought like, let's train. He was white belt, I was black belt, but he was like big.
Yeah, he was like 300 pounds. Yeah, no, he's a big boy.
I said, let's train. I'm gonna show you who like. And he tried to put power. Like, no, not gonna work. And then years after, when I lost a tournament in Las Vegas, you know, like I got second place, and he was talking crap. Oh, they would know this guy in the second place. I said, look, you never won like you won some tournaments, like because you big and fat.
Yep.
And I was like, since that day, every fight he fight against someone to checkmate, I was there, coaching the guy. And it's funny because when he lost the world, he lost really good for Matheus Tadanado.
Yep.
And Matheus Tadanado don't understand, like at that time, no one word in English. So it was me and Finfo coaching in Portuguese, right? Because like for he understand.
Yeah.
And I'm coaching Tadanado in English for the guy understand what I say. I talking crap there, like, oh. Then when finish the fight, he come like, look like.
Finfo.
I say, yeah, let's go. Like beat him so bad.
Finfo's my guy, man. I miss Finfo. See, man, that's man. Not to change the subject, but like, man, that was the
guy in Brazil there, look. Tá de menos sequência. We have Mano Brown today here. Hoje a gente tá com Mano Brown aqui, ó, entrevistando Mano Brown.
Yeah, man. There was a time after Fight Zone and everything when we came over to the Los Al gym, and I got to meet. I came across Bear Kedigo, the owner of Shoiro, and I started working there for them, and those were good times, and I love that I got to meet so many high level guys, man. And
that was nice. Good times too.
And the fact that we used to have a mat at Shoiro, and it's like you start asking a question about something, and the next thing you know, these guys are showing you, and it's like, man, like I was living the dream for a while, man. Like the jiu-jitsu dream. Like most people have to pay hundreds of dollars to get a private from like a mid to high level black belt, and here I have,
like, we'll have
the
like
best of the best teaching me.
Tarcísio, Bochecha, then the guy from the different teams like Gripo, Jenny Gripo go there.
Sinistro,
like,
Tarsis Humphreys.
Man, everybody.
It was crazy.
This we talk about like the world level. Then we have every day like Pancho, Leandro. When Leo get the visa,
Leo started coming.
Like,
and then
like
Rico would come visit.
Rico, like come on, like
Finfo,
man,
I can cara sapato.
Man, like, remember like was crazy. And sometimes we train every day together.
What was the other?
Look, let's say.
Hi, Glay. Man, good to see you. Nice to see you too.
You cannot see her. Well, she can see us, but you cannot see her. Okay.
Yeah, man, those were good times, man. The exposure that I had, like I remember, man, Thiago, from Brothers Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil. Man, Thiago, bro, from Checkmate.
Oh, Thiago, Baiano.
Baiano. And I was like, Baiano, can you show me your footlock? Like, it's like,
damn.
Man, I was like, I'm struggling, like, the setup. And he goes, sure, no problem. I was like, man, anybody else, like, that's $100 private, $200 private, right? It's like, quick question, like, when I do this, you know, and he teaches me how to correct my little mistakes, you know, or like, things like that, you know? Like,
Like,
It's
man, we have
just
all
crazy.
these guys. Palito.
But man,
Palito now people say, I don't know if it's true, Palito becoming a gay now.
oh,
Just
man.
kidding.
Shunga's at the
Palito's
beach,
nice.
hanging out with Tarcisio over there in Paraíba. I'll do that.
Tarcísio now is a politician, my friend.
Oh man, the future.
Yeah, it's good. You have more people like Tarcísio like that.
Man, it was a good time, man. Sure, it was a great time. Like,
Sure, but we get like some good times there. Like me too. I have like some great time. And the first one, remember like when get the shipment. I remember when they come the shipment for White Mamba and
the Yank.
No, the first Seventh Son.
Oh, the Seventh Son, yeah.
The first one.
Yeah,
and then like for we train, we have to put everything to the side and then train.
Yep,
And
you had to move everything because everything was kind of, man, it was a crazy time.
And we packing there was me, you, Justin.
Everybody.
Like everybody was there packing, Leandro. And then we moved to the other one, the same complex.
Yep.
And I worked there for a couple months with Ben.
Those were crazy times, man. That's when the company was like first getting going. You know, when Bear had the dream of doing what he's accomplished, you know. And it was a trip, man. It was like for lack of better terms, you know, like so everybody says like a ghetto operation, you know, it's like real family. It's like, oh, get some friends to help me take everything out of the boxes and count it so we can get it ready and sell it. It was so crazy. Like to where it is now, it's such a professional operation now. He's collaborated with some of the top companies in the world, and he's worldwide distribution. All this, like, and he's one of those individuals that he didn't change the game because his jiu-jitsu is amazing and he's a multiple-time world champion. But the culture that he created with his uniforms and clothing, it's insane.
Yeah.
You know, he caused all these other companies that were in the jiu-jitsu game
Butcher Jerky, we want to announce you here. I need your
Ryan,
jerky here.
what's
Come
up?
on, Ryan. Look, I just drink any drink. I have nothing to eat. I want to eat beef jerky.
Yeah, man. Like I remember,
It's
like,
great. I remember one time. I think it was one of the first big shipment. Remember back in the days, come the big shipment, half go to Budo Videos, and half stay with us.
Yep.
And they was loading, we come the big truck, and then we count everything.
Yeah.
And then half go to Budo. We start putting the truck, we fill the truck, and then we count the leftovers. Then was like maybe 7 geese.
Yeah.
Difference.
Yeah.
And I said, damn, what's that? And Tosh go like, oh, you count wrong. I say, Tosh, you was on the phone. You didn't count the 7. No. I say, Tosh, you was on the phone, Tosh. I swear to Lord, this geese is inside. And you didn't count.
Those were
I said,
crazy
no, then we
times.
had to unload everything and count.
And
And
recount
Tosh
it.
was on the phone.
So
Tosh.
bad. Natasha, man. Yeah, no, those were crazy times, man.
But what's funny, like, we was doing it, like, we was like laughing at the same time. Like, cool. Like,
I remember this, what was it, the compadre? Remember the compadre?
compadre.
The white gi with like
Yeah.
the brown, and it was like kind of like a spin off the San Diego Padres color scheme. And it was at the time, that was probably one of the biggest shipments. And
Compadre and Americana.
and Americana. And I remember Barry goes, hey, do you think that we can get this checked in by today? And me being me, I was like, yeah, don't worry, I got this. And this is when it was just me by myself and Bear. And Bear would help. It would be me and Bear. And I remember this time, me and Bear started, and then Bear had to go take care of something. Something happened. He had to go take care of something with his family. So he left me there. And I literally checked all the geese by an entire shipment by myself. And this is back when I would have to take everything out of the boxes to count it and then repackage it for Budo videos. So I had to take everything out and count it, and then count the separate shipment, which was half for Budos to pack it. And I did that in 8 hours. And I remember I went to go train jiu-jitsu that night, and I could not, my back, I couldn't do anything because my back was so messed up.
It's good.
Just from all the bending and lift. It was such a crazy
When
time.
I was living with my dad, he buy a store. My dad have back in the days supply, construction supply, and then he buy the second store. And then my dad fooled me. He go like, "Oh, you're gonna take care of this. You're gonna be like the
guy.
manager for this one."
You're the guy.
And I was like, I don't know, 17 years old. I said, all right, you know, like, yeah.
man.
Go there in the new store, like, oh yeah, was me and Izaki, one more guy, just with two. And then we stopped the freaking semi-truck with 850 bags of cement, powder, 50 kilos each. 50 kilos, 110 pounds. Just me and him. And that thing come from what they produce, that we call usina, come like freaking hot. Hot like
The
burn,
bags, yeah.
burn you. Like you have to fold the t-shirt, put here, or you get the ball, take off the air, you know, the football, the soccer ball, and put in your head, boom, to put,
Oh,
man.
wow.
Was like all day long, me and he, 850 bags of concrete. I was like, oh yeah, that's like.
But hard work pays off, man.
Exactly, like that's what, like, man, like. I cannot complain. I cannot complain. If I'm a man today, it's because my dad pushed me to be a man.
Heck yeah, man. Hey, Father's Day's coming up. Shout out to all the dads, man, that handle their business, you know?
When's Father's Day?
June 20th.
June 20th?
Yeah. Yeah, we're about a month away, man. Yeah, man. I think fathers are an important role, man. My father being an immigrant, coming here with just the clothes on his back. And by the time I was born, he was self-employed. He had worked his way up to being able to buy his own business. I never got to see my dad have to work for anybody else. That's beautiful, man. That's the American dream.
My dad too.
That's the American dream, man. Being able to come here and flourish within one generation, you know?
My dad with me, I'll lie if I say like, oh, he was a good dad. He wasn't, because he make a lot of difference between me and I have a 100% brother.
Yeah.
You know, Fabio.
Yeah.
He's my brother. You met him, right? When he came here?
Your brother. Yeah, when he's been here, I've met him.
Yeah.
He's the one that he's a police officer, right?
Yeah. So he's my brother, and I have two half brothers. But at that time, if you go in there, when I moved with my dad, we have the house that my dad lived today. Actually, I have my room today at the house now. And have my room and my brother Fabio's room.
Yeah.
And the other two rooms. And the other two rooms have, like, at that time, VHS thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you're showing
TV,
how old we are.
TV, have a micro system, you know, audio, everything. And my brother's room, just a bed. Like, the youngest one, I don't talk to him for maybe 5-6 years. I don't talk with him. The youngest one, he was like the genius. Oh, he would be like,
he's the future of the family.
The future, yeah.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? He was the, like, nobody talked to him. He's the piece of crap of the family.
Man.
He have 4 kids, 2 that he didn't take care. Like, he don't take care of the kids. Like, he get divorced with the girl. And me and my brother, we passed all these difficulties. Like,
Man, but that's
like, was the water divisor. Like, okay, look, I'm a man. I'm here in the United States since 2007 by myself. Of course, I have a help for a lot of people.
Yep.
But I'm doing my thing here. Like,
it's a trip, man.
so, and that was, I thank my dad for that. Because maybe if he gave me everything like he gave to the other one, probably
Exactly.
I'm gonna be a piece of crap too.
Exactly. Growing up, you're like, man, this sucks. But then when you're an adult, you're like, thank you. You know?
Exactly.
You made me tough, you know? You made me tough, and life becomes easier. That's why I was like, nah, man, I'm 40 now. I'm about to be 41 in a few weeks. And it's a trip, man. Like, from growing up in somewhat of poverty in Compton during the 80s, like I said, in the 80s. Like, it was tough, man. You know, even though my dad kind of... Because when I say my dad had his own business, like, he had a Roach coach, like a lunch truck, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then he had that, and then eventually he had a taco stand. You know, he got an actual restaurant, little small taco stand, a little bit bigger than the office here, you know. And it was a trip, man. It was like, you know, he would make me like, and I make jokes all the time with my wife. You know, I was like, oh, you know, I was like, you're gonna help me cut the radishes, like slice them, and you're gonna help me make the salsas. Isn't that? Well, my brother was over there bullshitting, you know. And I was like, my brother Robert.
Come on, Robert's my buddy.
And I would get so pissed off because I would be like, man, what the F? Right in my head, like, what the F? Like, how come he doesn't have to do shit?
I don't, okay.
You know, like why doesn't he have to do anything? You know, and it's like fast forward to now, and it's like you see the difference. You know, the work ethic installed. You know, I mean, he's a hard worker, but at the same time, he's kind of like a mama's boy, like lazy, catered to. You know. And it's like with me, it was always like, hey, either you learn to tie your shoes or you're going to trip over them sooner or later.
When I moved to my dad, I just get in Brazil, like the high school. And right after high school, it's college?
College, here.
Yeah, no, high school. I was high school there. And when I moved to my dad, to live with my dad, I was 15.
Yeah.
And he go there like, don't worry. If you want to go to school, you go. If you don't want, no problem.
No way.
I said, oh, good. I'm in my brain like, but work, you're going to work every day. I said,
I don't go to school.
And then I choose to go to, I give up school there in my last year of high school. I give up on half year, and I lost the year just because I want to party with my friends.
Yeah. Good time.
I was like, man. But then I praise the Lord and like the education my mom gave me. I finished the high school. I did 2 college. Like
nice.
Good.
That's good, man.
And today I pretty much live my dream, doing what I love to do, Jiu-Jitsu. So that's what I said, like Jiu-Jitsu changed my life, changed it.
Man, that's the thing. Being here in this country, man, realistically, the world is yours, man. If you want something, you can make it happen.
And that's
we have the luxuries.
That's what I hate when people go like, oh, this is bad or that is bad. Say no, like, come on, this is the best country in the world. I know it's too much racism. You haven't been to other countries? No. Yeah. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. Nice.
So get the freak out of here. You don't know, like, it's simple. Like, man, like, people like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. I say, yeah, I know. Because I moved here from Brazil. Because Brazil don't give me opportunity. And here I get the opportunity. Of course, I don't have a brand new car. But I have my car here that I love.
Yeah.
I buy the car I want. I remember when I moved here, I moved to LA in 2008. I moved, lived in Huntington 2007, LA 2008 and 9. 8 and it started 9. Then when I become I enjoy Check Mac. Oh man, like I was passing by the dealership. I said, oh man, one day I'm gonna buy this car.
Shout out to Alan Ruby. What's up, my guy?
Alan Ruby come here last night. He was here with me.
Oh man, that was another good story right there. Good times with him, training at the old gym and working with him at Shoiro.
Man, I remember like, man, was good to piss him off. It was so easy. Alan like, man, it was so easy to piss him off. Like, we make any joke, Alan like, he start cussing you and go there, F you this, you that. Man, I remember one time he was filming Tarcísio.
Oh,
and then I was, man, that day he got mad with me.
When the door closed, a little too loud. Who the fuck slams the door? Fuck Alan.
Alan is nice. Alan, man, like, I love Alan.
Man, you know what? You want to see how loyal your friends are, or how loyal people are? When your name comes up, just say, man, fuck that guy. Just to see people's reaction. And then that'll let you know if they'll follow suit, you know? I learned that from this guy that we met through Shoiro. He was a motorcycle builder traveling. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, people ask me all the time. He's like, oh, you know that guy Bear? And that guy traveling would be like, yeah, I know him, man. Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. And just to see if people would say something bad about Bear, right? He was testing the waters, right? Like, and I was like, that's something that I was like, hey, that's true, man. Like, if you can talk smack and someone jumps in and backs you, I was like, oh, that's not a true.
Look, Aldrin, how you get the nickname Roach? I don't know. I just know him as a Roach. I never know. Like, I know his name is Juan. Like 2 years ago.
So my mom's last name before getting married, her maiden name, it's Rocha, and as Mexicans like to do on the birth certificate, they like to put the dad and the mom's last name. So my birth certificate, I'm Juan Rodrigues Rocha. When I was in boot camp, Marine Corps boot camp.
It's not just Juan Rodrigues. That's
Juan Francisco.
Juan Francisco.
Rodrigues.
Not just one. No.
You gotta give the whole Sanchez, you know.
RJ.
You know, you gotta do all that, you know. And when I was in boot camp, or not boot camp, I'm sorry, when I checked into my unit, my first platoon sergeant being from deep in the bottom of Texas, couldn't say Rocha. So he's like, oh,
Roach.
it kind of sounds like
Roach.
Roach. And then within the platoon, there was 3 other Rodriguez's. So everybody's like, Rodrigues, and then Rodrigues Rocha. So every time he's like, go get Rodrigues, it's like, well, which one? So then to make it easier, he started calling me Roach. And then everybody would just started calling me Roach. And that's how it stuck.
Roach.
You know? And that's
Rodrigues.
That's why
Z.
that's there. Yeah. What is Z? Not an S.
Z, yeah.
S is the fake one.
S is the real one, my friend.
Oh man. Who else is here?
Anthony.
Flash.
Flash. Anthony Flash. Anthony, you're gonna tell a joke today. You can laugh by Monday, huh? Please. It's a joke.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Man, you know, Aldrin, like, man, I'm gonna tell these in the camera.
Aldrin was Army, right? He was in the Army?
Yeah, I don't know.
Aldrin? Or Air Force? He looks like a Coast Guard guy. Mojando la rocha. Tus nalgas away.
What's mojando la rocha?
Wedding. It's just like slang. That's how I know Pacas is a paisa. See, look,
Army.
Aldrin was in the Army.
What is Army? What does Army stand for?
Ain't real Marines yet.
Oh, okay. Man, Aldrin, last week I'm gonna tell on camera, Aldrin. Just to make like you feel bad. He trained at headquarters, right?
If it wasn't for the Army, I would have never known what good military food tastes like.
It was training, right? Not me, because I messed up my knee. And then Aldrin come in, like, go to the restroom. After training, sweat, and come out.
Dry.
No. Come out with his clothes, like he's a nurse, no? Come out, like, where are you going? I say, work. You didn't take a shower.
So,
No, I say, mother effer, that's why the coronavirus spread there. Like, really? Then I go like, Aldrin, come on, have a shower here. Oh, I didn't know have a showers here. I say, come on, Aldrin, you know. And then he went to take a shower. I said, come on, man. To work, see?
To work.
Come on. Why make you come back train Roach? Besides me being a nice guy, super cool, and like motivational guy that like everybody wants to train with.
And I stopped training for, man, what? A year and change, man. Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
I mean, realistically, I just didn't. It wasn't my priority. I was busy I was working at SpaceX, and the schedule that they had me working there, man, it made it. It could have come train for sure. Sacrifices would have to be made though, right? For me to come here, and it was just tough. It was just tough, man. Realistically, it was just tough, and I knew that I wasn't done training. I just knew that at this particular time, it was going to be hard.
There's BFD, showers are headquarters, not here. Showers are headquarters. Have 2 freaking big showers that you can see, like.
We got a water hose in the back that will hose you guys down.
Here you have water hose that you can shower here too.
And yeah, man, I think there was a, and I don't want to say it. Well, yeah, you can say it was an incident. Something happened in my life that just kind of like made me reopen my eyes again to the necessity of having to come back to train. I needed to train. I needed to be part of the family again.
I think, like, man, like, training should be like everybody.
And
everybody have to train, like jiu-jitsu. Not just jiu-jitsu, but something to put your... In Brazil, say, like, mente vazia, oficina do diabo. When your brain is empty, it's easy for the devil to work on it.
Same thing right here. Idle hands is the devil's toy, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. It's like, for me, I'm so into the fact that I'm one of those individuals that if I have a lot of free time, if I give my brain time to wander off, 90% of the time it's probably gonna be something bad. And that's the truth, you know. It's like, and I have to keep myself busy and
Cholo poetry
and surrounded by positive people, and that's one thing that being here in every gym, right? In every gym, like anything in life, you have your good and your bad, right? It's not like I've been to the perfect gym where everybody's so nice and everybody's so perfect, right?
So here's the first one.
Pretty close. You know, but you know, unfortunately they let me in, so you know, that's kind of good and bad. But everybody's welcoming here with open arms, man. It's a trip, and the individuals that I'm surrounding myself with here, it's good. It's good for me, right? Mentally, like being able to talk to individuals like the Perez family, realistically. And when I say the Perez family, I mean all the guys, right? Like both uncle, we call him Uncle Vince, right? But Vince, little Vince, Devlin, and even though Liam's been a little bit preoccupied with life and hasn't really been training, the few times that I've been here with him, Ronnie, you know, I got Gio, I got Pockets, like all these guys, man, and obviously you, it's put me in a good headspace, you know.
He's good, like man, like here I learned like you will become what you surround, like off, you know, like if you have like 5 people around you, the good people. That's why I try to keep always good people next to me. I don't go like,
and it's true,
crazy people, because man, like you will become like that.
And it's true. See, look, there you go, Anthony. Idle hands is the devil's playground. See, but the same thing that you were saying in Portuguese. Yeah. And that's the thing, man. It's like being here.
Freaking mosquito here in my. Mosquito don't go in yours. This is mine.
Show me your friends, and I tell you who you are. You know, it's one of those types of things. You know, if you want to be rich, you gotta surround yourself with millionaires. You want to be smart, you go hang out with the honor club society. You know, and that's the thing. Like, you can't surround yourself with chickens and then expect to fly with the eagles. You know.
Exactly.
And that's the thing, man. Like being here has helped me so much, man. And I remember, and even since I've been back, I think I came back like July of the July before COVID. So what was that, 2018? 2019. So like late July of 2019 is kind of when I kind of came back over here to train. And
then you quit again?
There was a few obstacles. And then, you know, and here's one of those things, right? Like I had knee surgery and I was at home trying to like recover, whatnot. And I just got complacent. I got really comfortable being at home. And once again, I'm not training. I'm not showing up.
What knee surgery you had?
A very small knee surgery, right? It was meniscus, right?
And that one like the same like Arnaldinho, that 2 weeks after he was trained, right?
No, but Arnaldinho needs to be the man in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, right? Yeah.
If I win the world championships next month, no one cares. I still have to go to work and pay my bills. No one's gonna care. Arnaldinho, he needs that for his credibility to build an empire in jiu-jitsu. So I appreciate him being the tough guy that he is, you know. You know, when people start paying me to come train, maybe I come train 2 weeks after my surgery.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that, you know.
No, but here's the thing, right? I started being at home and once again, right, not doing anything, just kind of hanging out, being a bum. And I was like, man, I need to come back. Like, what the heck am I doing? And here I am, you know. And I think these last couple of months being here at the gym training has changed a lot. I mean, my life has gotten better outside of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, and it's been good for us too. Like have you there in Las Vegas, help me coach there, and not just help me coach, but stay there with us with the team. It's a good experience. And that we don't have like for a while, like you know, like we had before. But then it's okay. Roach is back. He's helping us again here. Okay, let's go.
And I'm liking it, man. I think right now my journey's kind of taken a different turn. It's a change now. One, because being a higher belt and being older now has it's a catalyst. It's kind of put me in a different position to where there's so many newer guys and girls training here. A lot of white belts and even some blue belts. Now I get to return the favor.
It's good to the spouse put her butt here to train too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, spouse?
For those of you that don't know, my wife trains, man. She's a blue belt.
Yeah.
You know,
remember, she competed in Las Vegas.
And she's competed. And, you know, that's the thing, man. It's like, it's different, man. Jiu-jitsu is different. It'll change you. It'll make it, man, it makes your life better. It really does.
Chola. Val la chola, la loca. Sí. She have a heart tattoo under the eye, like she like
little teardrop tattoo.
Roach Hyena.
Yeah, man. But I'm digging it, man. This little journey that I've kind of changed the approaches a little bit, and I'm kind of like trying to just kind of return the favor and help everybody out. Because that's one thing, man. Like when I was coming up as a white and blue belt, I had the luxury of being around a lot of good black belts and brown belts that were willing to help me.
Yep.
So why wouldn't you know, it sucks for the white belts because I'm not Bushesha, I'm not Fiend Fu, I'm not these high level world champs, you know, like these monsters. But I still know a little bit enough that can help set up their foundation.
And to be real today, like if the guy to blue purple belt doesn't gonna make any difference. He train with so high level guys. Like today I can see the difference. Okay, I train here, I get tips from Buchecha, from Leo, especially man, Leo's like freaking wizard.
Leo's the wizard.
Yeah. But Leandro, but when I was white blue belt, it doesn't make the difference.
It really does not, man. If you have somebody solid that understands the basics and is willing to teach you the basics, because that's the thing, man. Like always, like all these guys are like, oh, like coincidentally today I had an individual ask me about an inverted triangle setup, and I was like, bro, you're a white belt. Like just
inverted triangle.
You know, it's like just relax.
Just do a scissor sweep.
You know, like
then you're gonna go like step by step to get the inverted triangle.
And nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being ambitious. There's nothing wrong with wanting to learn the cool stuff because the cool stuff is cool, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's just like step 1, 2, 3, 4. Some people, I swear to Lord, one guy come one day here, like before the pandemic, long time ago. Oh, you train? Oh yeah. First they come like so proud, like they are white belt, 2 stripes. I'm white belt, 2 stripes. Good, man. A good beginning, like all right, a good start. He asked me, man, I swear to Lord, I said, like, do you teach beating bolo here?
He asked.
I said, like, you know, as number 1 sweep, scissor sweep. Kinda. I say, yeah, but man, if you don't know like scissor sweep, why want to know beating bolo? Like,
man, like I always tell people, like now, right? It's like, look, man, when you build a house, you don't start with the second floor. You don't start with the roof.
Yeah, you start with foundation.
Start from the foundation.
Foundation is
so everything. Build that. Get strong there, man. Because once you get good and you get confident, everything else is easy.
It's like I said, like foundation. If you put a strong foundation, you can put 100 floors. Yep. You put a weak foundation, like the 3rd floor, everything comes down.
It's done.
Like, and I've seen like this happen at tournaments. Freaking white belts and blue belts trying to do berimbolo, and they cannot do. Someone pass the guard, they don't know how to do. They don't know. All right, done the game, done.
Man, I remember this is when Leandro was still here. Leandro was still the coach at Candy Coma. I was a blue belt at Pan Am's, and I remember him and Pancho were there, and they're like trying to like get me motivated for the tournament or whatnot, my match. And then they both go and they're gonna like they're by the coaching area and Leandro's there and I'm excited. And I was like, it's Pan Am's, you know. And I fought so bad because I wanted to do the Leandro and Pancho talking like not shit, but like yeah, they were talking shit. And Pancho's like, man, I left in the match. Like you fought horrible. And Leandro's words to me were, you fought to lose. The only reason I didn't stop coaching you and leave is because you're my friend. You know, and that made me, I was like, holy shit, man. I better stop with all this cool YouTube stuff and start fucking trying to kick some ass the way I'm taught to win, you know, the way I'm learning in the gym. And it changed my competition approach.
The best tournaments I fought ever, like all the best was like simple things. Simple. Go there, take it down. That's it.
And man,
pass the guard, control. If you can submit, submit. If you cannot, control, play a little bit. That's it.
Man, and that's exactly. I'm telling you, ever since that happened with Leandro, where he ripped me for like when he said, "Man, you fought to lose," and I remember going home and watching the video because my wife recorded the match, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like, I don't even train like that. Like, what the heck was I trying to? I still don't understand what the heck I was trying to do. Yeah, I just fought horribly. Like, I competed horribly. And I changed my approach and I was like, what am I good at? And I was like, oh, well,
Don't worry. Good.
Being on top and being fat, you know?
Call from Dave Gillen, Roach Knowledge. Call from
don't worry, guys. We'll become a little bit more professional down the road. And then, yeah, man, it changed. It changed a lot. It changed a lot, and I changed my approach to competition. And ever since that, man, it took a lot of trial and error, but I kind of came up with a formula that has been working for me. And that's kind of what I'm trying to teach the guys. Like now, like, man, you know what? Just win with the basics, man. Win with the basics. Eventually, you're gonna develop your own style. You're gonna find out if you're a half guard guy, a closed guard guy, a butterfly guy, a mount guy. Who knows, right? You know, and then you can start beating up people with your style. But right now,
remember the Las Vegas tournament, John? Who? John Marine.
Oh, John, yeah.
John go and pull in the freaking butterfly guard. I say, John, you never did butterfly guard in your life. Why wouldn't do the tournament?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
He almost swept the guy.
And that's the
but
thing.
Like, why?
Like the competition is not where you experiment.
The MC is on. João Vianney. MC. Mestre de cerimônia, gente.
MC. Mestre de cerimônia em espanhol.
MC. E aí, João? Já estamos indo.
But yeah, man. It's a trip, man. My jiu-jitsu, everybody, it's funny, man. Like, jiu-jitsu is so amazing because everybody has their own journey. Everybody will have their own journey, but yet you need everybody in the team to be involved for your journey to flourish.
Yep.
Because you can't train jiu-jitsu by yourself. I mean, you technically can if you buy a dummy, but it's not the same, right?
Exactly. Like, come on. You're going to be like the guy from Signal Hill there.
Yeah.
Like, knows a lot about, in theory, but practicing, like,
Yeah. That's the thing, man, is like jiu-jitsu. I think that's why it's so important, man. It's so important that I think veterans, people with mental health issues, or even if you think, even for people that have no issues, just anybody, man, come try jiu-jitsu. It'll change your life. It really will.
That's what they ask. Like, oh, you have advice to tell to someone, like,
man, I'm telling you, if
like between everything, life, military life, athletic life, and jiu-jitsu life, we're gonna tell them, like,
man, come and train. It'll change your life. I mean, a good example is there's a sports announcer, Jake Glazier. Very popular. He's on Fox. He started a program called the MVP, and it's basically it's for guys that try to make it to the professional sports and guys that used to be in the military, and he's bringing them in because everybody, it's the same thing, right? The being a team, it's being a family, it's being brotherhood, and they bring it. It's a military something and professionals, so it's jiu-jitsu. He's bringing in all these military guys and guys that were playing professional sports or semi-professional sports or college sports that are no longer, but they want to continue to do something positive and grow and be physically fit and blah blah blah, stuff. And it's working, man. It's working. Like, you got guys that used to be in the NFL, and you got guys that used to be Navy SEALs, and you got guys that were just in the Army or Marine Corps or Navy that were just, maybe they were cooks, maybe they were mechanics, whatever. But it's for the whole purpose is to help them with their mental health.
We have Punch. We have a guy who was professional football player.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people.
And
a lot of, you see, like a lot of singers play jiu-jitsu. The crazy, what's her name? The one, like, she says she's not binary.
Oh, that one, Demi Lovato.
Yeah. She's great, but she trains jiu-jitsu.
Man, you gotta actually.
Man, like, a lot.
That's the thing about jiu-jitsu. Man, John Wick trains.
John Wick
trains jiu-jitsu, my friend.
John Wick.
That's the thing, man. Jiu-jitsu. One thing I always tell people is like, look, man, you can go do anything, right? You can go do Muay Thai, you can go do boxing, you can do karate, taekwondo, all this stuff. But jiu-jitsu is truly the one sport where you can come in, or not, I shouldn't say sport, but martial art, where you can go 100%, try your heart, like go 100%, and come back the next day and be able to do 100%. Man, boxing, Muay Thai, all these guys.
You go 100%.
You go 100%. You catch a elbow, a fist, or a knee to the face. You get a cut. You break your nose. You're done. You gotta take time off before you can come back and spar again. Jiu-jitsu, you can come in, spar 100% every day. You know,
man,
will you get hurt? Yeah, eventually. Injuries happen.
When you start
at the end of the day, it's still a
anything,
sport.
when you start doing like professionally, like competition wise, like man, you mess up your body. Like I tell by myself, like my body's all broke because not because jiu-jitsu, because the competition.
Yep.
Like, but man, like jiu-jitsu is easy. If you leave your ego outside the mat, you cannot work. We have doctors here. We have Dr. Ray. We have cops. We have moms that train.
Yep.
We have kids. Like man,
It's
I think the only time we have a kid injury was with
the little boy that broke his collarbone, right? Ah man, that's so because I was on my watch. And then I'm all like, oh, you're fine, shake it off. And he's like, no. And in my head, I'm like, stop being so soft, like be tough. I'm like, that's just my approach, right? Like, come on, toughen up, be tough. And it's like, no. And then I remember I tried to help him up and I grabbed the arm that was broken. He's like, ah. And I was like, oh shit, something's wrong here.
And then
it's
look,
a broken
info there.
Oh yeah, Fiend Fu. Man, miss this guy. Don't shed a tear. Or didn't shed a tear.
But yeah, like like if you leave your ego outside, you can train every day.
Yeah, man.
Of course, depends the level you want to train, but you can train every day.
Yep. Yeah, man. Jiu-jitsu's awesome, man. Everybody, just tell one person. Everybody bring in one person. Trust me, it can change their lives. It can save their lives.
Yep. I can tell myself, because like man, like, I train October gonna be 24 years. I'm gonna be like, shh. I cannot see myself without jiu-jitsu today. Today I'm a better person. I'm a better friend because jiu-jitsu, and I'm smarter too. Still single.
Yeah. Shout out to all the single guys.
They live their dream.
Living the dream, right?
Oh, come on. Oh yeah. I think that's it, guys. The reason I bring Roach today because this fall weekend, we have a tournament coming up, and Roach gonna compete. And Monday is a Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So just not just to go to pay my respect to the ones like pay the highest price with the life, but pay the respect for the ones here, like and this is the crazy thing about USA. Like in Brazil, we don't have this. Like every family has someone that went to the war, or in Brazil we don't have this. So here, like I respect this so much. Like someone that risked their life for the country. Someone like you see like all the neighborhood, someone have the American flag in their house.
Yep.
So we don't have this in Brazil. So I learned how to, and that's why I have this tattoo here. Like see, like the eagle and the flag, American flag. I told like as soon as I get my papers clear, I'm gonna get the tattoo. That's how much I love this country. And first I want to say thank you for coming. Like get your time here with us.
Oh, man,
with us now, with me now, because João, he was like crazy to be here, but he have to work today.
Yeah, that's
João,
fine.
like,
we'll do it again another time.
yeah, and most important, thank you for what you did for the country.
No, man, it's my pleasure. I never thought it'd be this amazing of a life, but man, I'm glad I did what I did. It has me where I'm at, and I've met the people that I've met, And then for all those out there, if you guys ever see Leandro Vieira, ask him if he likes stuffing.
Then he gonna ask, what kind of stuff? Leandro, we love him.
Oh man,
because he's dumb. Like
everybody needs a friend like Leandro.
Yeah. Onishi, Dubai. This guy is like pretty much the owner of Dubai.
What's up?
He's like, man.
Hey, fly me out. I'll go teach a seminar out there.
Yeah. Probably he come for the awards this year. He said for the nice awards. He was one of the first coaches I had. When I started training, he was blue belt. But
right on.
It's crazy today you say like, oh, he was blue belt. But back in the days, we go to the tournament to see blue belt fights. It's like, oh, this guy sign up and this guy sign up. Maybe we have 2 fights at blue belts. If we're lucky, we have 1 black belt match in the whole tournament.
Crazy.
Like, so Onishi is one of my
OGs.
heroes. Yeah, like he's like, oh, I learned a lot with him. He's like the king of the triangles.
Dorian was in the Navy, right? If I'm not mistaken, I heard he's a military veteran as well.
I don't know. Yes, Dorian.
I think Dorian was in the Navy. That's
But
probably why he
anyways,
likes fishing so
for,
much.
for everybody
he's at home
who's,
in the water.
who's watching now and gonna watch later, and is a military like veterans. Thank you guys for the sacrifice you did. Like,
I was misinformed. I'm gonna spank David when I see him.
so thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Rochito, thank you so much.
Thank you. This could be put prison.
Prince. Let's keep it real, right?
No,
Just
yeah.
the kitchen, not just the not just the dining table. I said the kitchen, right?
That was a different kind of 4 years.
But thank you. I hope you guys have a blessed week.
Yeah,
and
man.
next Monday, we celebrate you guys. We're like, thank you so much for taking care of the country. So great that you guys do for us.